Okay, basically, when you will create content, what are you thinking? And if
Yeah.
you can share any tip to share content in LinkedIn,
Yeah.
YouTube, you know.
It's funny you say this because I had a bit of a crisis in the last 2 weeks. You maybe noticed I haven't posted a lot of videos. I had a bit
Yeah,
of a crisis that I think I'm contributing to a dynamic I don't like. The dynamic I don't like is it's what I call thirst engagement. Have you heard of this
No.
phrase? So it's
yeah,
it's this concept of you're creating posts purely for engagement. Does that make sense? It's
yeah.
like the thing you're focused on is not actually the content. The thing you're focused on is let me put this here so people can see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I call it thirst engagement because that the thing that actually gratifies you is how many people see it, not the quality of the content.
And
Does
not
that make sense?
not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
impact
totally.
that calls in other people's lives.
Correct,
exactly.
correct. Because you're swiping a feed and all you see is all this like
Yeah,
amazing stuff that other people and people who are early in their careers are like, oh my god, is this
exactly.
what I have to do to like get
So
noticed?
hard.
And
Yeah,
so
so
they
bad.
say, okay, great,
Exactly.
oh, I'll get on there and go, hey. The one the trend I hate the most is like 5 tips to do this. Number 1,
I do
do
that.
this.
Yeah.
Number 3, do that. And,
Whoa,
and then
I think it is
and
every
it's
day,
crazy
basically.
because you see it again and again, and then you look at the engagement numbers and they're just like,
Yeah,
but this is like I don't get it. So listen, I'm not going to be the one again to tell
it's very
people how to
difficult.
use something, but I don't think that dynamic is 100% healthy for everyone involved.
Yeah.
So in the last 2 weeks, I've only posted once a week on YouTube and on LinkedIn, just once a week. And
Yeah.
I have more videos, but I'm only posting once a week, just for a month or two, just to see how that goes, see how that happens. I think that's an important thing. Have a healthy relationship with the social media. I think the other thing is that Twitter has left this massive gap and people are run to certain places. So LinkedIn's become a lot noisier. Threads potentially sticking, but it's not sticking.
Yeah.
But I always viewed LinkedIn as a professional tool. And so personally, I think long term, I'm going to take it back to that. I'm going to make it back. Here it happens again. Here
Your
we go.
camera.
My
Yeah.
camera is just awful
It's
today.
disabled again.
Jeez. I'm not. I should get rid of this camera as soon
No
as I
problem.
can.
No problem. Take your time. Oh, okay.
So no, like I think it's really important to have that relationship that you want. So what it's just given up. I'll bring my camera back. Let me do this. Let me do this.
Yeah.
Look at that. Here's a phone. This is my phone.
That's
It's not
okay.
too bad, is it? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Backup.
keep it.
I don't know how I'm going to charge it, but we'll see how much battery it has, and we'll
Yeah.
keep going until it
Looks
dies.
very nice. Now we can see the
The air freshener
Nets,
and
yeah.
everything, the nets. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see my whole
The
studio
backstage.
and everything.
oh
We
I'll
have
put it back there. I'll put it this way anyway.
nice.
The point I was making is that look, this you need to have a healthy relationship with all of this stuff, and it needs to be done in a way that I think you can sustain, and that what everyone else is doing, that's up to them. If they want to kind of engage with this, that's fine. But I think you have to be disciplined and represent yourself, because I think also when people hear from you less often, I think they're more interested in you as well, a little bit. I think so. I think they're more interested in the few things you have to say. You pay more attention, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So whatever platform you choose, do it with intent and do it because of the quality of the content, not because of the engagement. The engagement is nice, and it's nice that
Yeah.
people kind of respond to you, but make that video about that boring thing as well. Make that video about that popular thing as well, right? Like, don't just look for engagement, because unless your job is to be an influencer, there is no reason to be looking for engagement, really.
Exactly.
You know,
No.
Yeah,
if you've got a job that pays you 9 to 5, there's no reason to look for engagement. If you're
Yeah.
looking for a job, absolutely look for engagement. But once
Yeah.
you've got the job, like why
Oh.
like people do well in their jobs every single day. You don't need to be constantly
Great approach.
sharing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because,
very very nice to hear that, Tim. And I believe that is something that for me makes a lot of sense, because maybe I am one person that sometimes is looking for audience, and instead of focus on the things that I believe that are correct and that I believe that makes an impact. But sometimes it is frustrating creating something that I am pretty sure that can have a positive impact, and then you put your effort in that thing, and then no one reach to what you created. It's kind of frustrating, and sometimes, since I am frustrated, I go to the opposite side. And when you say that show me that, okay, I need to focus on the quality and what I believe, and the audience one day will appear.
I know the way to say it. You need to find your voice, not find the audience. Yeah?
Oh, amazing.
Right. You need to find your voice. Because once you find your voice, people will listen to you. Right. That's ultimately it. Right.
Yeah.